Hey guys, welcome back to Typo's Garage. Today I'm going to go for a ride on the KLR. I did end up picking up another bike, more worthy of the trails and enduro riding. I have a couple buddies here that have those types of bikes, and the KLR is great for service roads, but when you get in the trails and such, it's like a freight train going through the woods. So I wanted something a little more nimble, a little more snappy, and I've always wanted one of these bikes, so I'll show it to you. Here it is. All right, so this is a 2006 Yamaha WR250F. It's an older bike, but it's been well maintained. Everything looks really good on it. There's normal wear for riding. These bikes do not have an hour meter on them, so it's hard to tell how many hours. But before I bought it, it got new tires, some Maxxis Desert Desert XX, I don't know. It's got the Power Bomb header on it. It's got a FMF Q4 exhaust with the spark arrestor, which is good for here in Arizona. I don't know a ton about these types of bikes. It's totally different. To me, it's new that to turn it on, there's no key. Just press a button, and there we are. So there's a trip meter on it, and then there's also race mode, and that's just a clock. So there's no actual hour meter on this, which is interesting. It ran, and I rode it down in Phoenix. With the elevation change, it must have been very close to what exactly it needed down there, because it'll idle, but I can't give it any throttle up here. So there's I got a jet kit coming in today for it, and we'll have to pull the carburetor off and mess around with that. I'm thinking it's just too rich, but we'll have to see. I gotta wait for that kit to get here. So it has these nice thick forks, on the Hawk, if you remember. Let's see if I can get to the Hawk. The Hawk has very small forks on it. Like, look at that tube at the top. It's so small. So, I mean, that bike's really nimble, but I don't feel comfortable riding that aggressively in the woods. These are some nice shocks. I'm guessing internals are done with MX Tech. Without tearing it apart, I have no idea. Maybe you guys would know, is this an aftermarket shock? I have no idea. These bikes are new to me, so it's going to be a pretty big learning experience. But it does look like this shock is leaking, so that may be something we do in the future. But it does have new tires, so that's nice. So don't have to worry about that. It does have rim lockers, which is new to me also. I've never had a bike with those. Came with a battery charger, brand new battery. The oil was done, filter, carb was rebuilt, air filter, new water pump put in it, and fuel tank cleared out and cleaned up because it was sitting for a little while. The guy hadn't rode it in about 6 years. But yeah, it runs, and I'll fire it up so you can hear it, but it does not rev. So obviously there is something wrong with that. Pipe sounds really good. You can see, yeah. So that's the issue with that. It does have electric start and kickstart, which is cool. So yeah, look forward to riding this thing and, you know, ripping around on it and wrecking, you know, hopefully not. But all right, let's go for a ride on the KLR. All right, so I ended up going out for a ride. And when I got to Walnut Canyon, which is something I've ridden before, I started to notice a whirring sound, like a whizzing sound come from the chain. I need to check play on this. It's like whizzing. I didn't see it rubbing on anything, so I don't know if it's a worn out, what do you call it, chain guide. It wouldn't hurt to replace those, but it never overheated. I literally just got back, and we are at, come on, just under 200, and I actually sat here and idled for a minute or so. So yeah, it did really good, and it's a great bike. Just I'm on the final frontier, I guess, of finishing it. The last thing I want to get is a cylinder head temperature gauge, just so I can know exactly how hot it is. But yeah, she's finally ready to go, ready for some trips. This tire is amazing in the dirt. It is it grips so well on the road. You can feel it bounce, or not bouncing, but vibrating. This is the tire that was on it. You can see how pretty nasty it is, and it's actually a 14-year-old tire. I had to cut the thing off to get the bead off because it had been on there so long. I even let it sit in the sun for almost an hour. So yeah, big upgrade on those tires. I forgot to tell you guys, with this bike, I also got a steel carrier, so now I can actually carry the KLR or this bike, because this is rated for over 500 pounds because it's steel. I got, let's see all the stuff that came with it. I got some Fox motocross boots, a Thor chest protector, which I should have grabbed the elbow pads and shin pads. I don't know why I didn't. I'm dumb. Maybe I'll reach out and see if he wants to get rid of them. Came with the owner's manual and all the maintenance. A battery charger, and it's already hooked up on here. Where is it? Right there. I got something else. Got some foam cleaner and oil for the filter. I don't know if that's it, but there was something else. Oh, there's a bag that can go on the handlebars for carrying around. I did end up getting a new helmet, and I'll show you guys this over here. It is a Fly Trekker, so it's got a lot bigger. Oh boy, please don't drop it. Let me back out a little bit here. So it's got a big screen here, and it also has the screen inside, the sun shield, which is cool. So I'll probably get a motocross helmet, but this thing's really comfortable. I got this Moto Rads mount for the GoPro. God, I'm gonna end up dropping this, and it's really good. So this shout out to them. This is a great design. So it is Moto Rads. I'll link this in the bottom if you guys want to pick one up. It has like wire in it, so it forms to the helmet, and then comes with a really nice amount of 3M tape. It comes with an alcohol pad and an adhesive. What do you call it? Alcohol, primer. So an adhesion promoter. So, and it comes with an extra setup for if you don't have that. So yeah, it's on there pretty good. With this helmet, it was a little hard. I had to go actually on that plastic, partially on that plastic on the bottom, but seems like it's going to be a great position because the way the helmet is designed, you can tilt all the way back and be flush. It just looks a lot better. I would like to get another GoPro so I can do Bluetooth microphone, because right now I still have the wired and it looks crazy. Oh, that's the other thing that came with this bike. I got a stand, a jack stand, which is pretty cool. And I already started taking some of these stickers off. There were stickers here. Had a big, I think the stock white sticker here, but it had numbers on it and it was all beat up. So I took that off. The conditions were really good underneath. Bunch of stickers on here. I started taking the 22 off, but there's so much adhesion on there that I had to use heat, and I'll eventually get to taking the rest off. You can see this is what it looked like before. I'm guessing the guy before the guy bought it from raced it. I don't know why else you would put, numbers on a bike, but this is pretty beat up. I'm going to end up probably replacing this, but it's good for now. I don't know what kind of bars these are. Maybe stock. Does it say Renthal? Renthal bars. Okay. Well, duh. Yeah, pretty excited about this. This looks like it's going to be fun to tear apart because there's about 10 lines. It's a super long carburetor. So for my hand, for scale, that's how big it is. I don't know if I have one laying around, but I can show you the size of this one. It's a slide carburetor, but that's all the bigger the one for the KLR, and this is a much bigger motor. So, all right, well, that's about all I got for today. You guys have any questions? If you guys want to pick up one of these adhesive mounts, it'll be down in the bottom, and in the bio you can get yourself one of those. And hopefully soon the jets will come in, we can get this thing running, and then get this thing out on the trail. I'm sure it's going to blow that bike out of the water, which makes sense because that's not what that bike's for. But all right, guys, well, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button in the bottom right, and watch out for videos on this bike. And sorry there was not a riding video today, but I was more worried about the chain and the noises coming from it. So until next time, take her easy. Peace.